What is going on, YouTube? Shaggy here from Reddit Hot Sauce, coming at you with another Ask Reddit video. What is the creepiest thing you've seen in the woods, or in the mountains, or in the deserts, or caves, or in small towns, or in a remote or rural areas, or while on large bodies of water, or while on an aircraft or a nautical vessel? Jeez. Let's dive right in. And hey, throw me some hot sauce love and hit that subscribe button right now so I can continue bringing you great Reddit videos just like this one. Go ahead, hit that button now, I'll wait. Alright, let's kick it into gear. I'd been at football training with a few of my cousins when I was about 10 years old. We decided to take a walk before our parents picked us up, so we went along the canal towpath. My cousin looked down in the canal and saw a really nice jacket floating along, and being a weird scavenger person, decided to reach in to fish it out. Well, the jacket turned over, and so did the man wearing it. He also had no face left. Not gonna lie, that was rough. That must have been terrifying. What did you do next? Ran back to the training complex and had an adult call the police. We acted surprisingly well, to be honest. I guess you guys were literally scared straight, like just emotionless after witnessing that. They had no facial expression. Damn it, you made me smile with that one. My girlfriend and I were hiking along some abandoned railroad tracks, and we get to a small bridge going over a little creek. I'm about to go explore under the bridge when she points something out. I look over, and in the woods across from us, I see a guy. I'm like, whatever, and keep headed down to the creek area, and then the guy stands up and he's naked. We immediately backtrack pretty quickly to get away from there, and once we're like 1 minute down the trail, I look back and this naked dude is just standing in the middle of the trail watching us walk away. I cannot adequately explain how much this bothers me, while also giving me about 100 different questions. Do you think he would have advanced on you if you hadn't moved? Did he look malicious or just plain insane? Man, good thing there were two of you. Naked people out in the middle of woods probably don't give a f about much. Just the fact that he followed us up the trail as we were leaving made me think he might have advanced on us if we were closer. It was all around just bizarre. He mostly looked crazy, had really disheveled hair and a large messy beard, which just really brought the whole look together. This is why I never hike without a knife or a dog. Not trying to sound like some internet badass, but I was on a hike earlier this year solo, and I couldn't shake the feeling of something watching me. This took place in the Australian bush around 10 or 11 at night. I was 17, leading a staggered column of about 60 cadets to our detachment campsite. Due to light discipline rules, only myself at the very front of the group and the other flight commander at the rear had torches on. This was so that any vehicle coming up along the trail could see us, and so that most of the cadets could maintain their night vision. We were camouflaged up and thus difficult to see at night. As we walked along, I periodically looked at my sides and kept seeing what looked like dewdrops on the ground, almost like tiny blue gems glinting in my torchlight either side of the road. I had to maintain my position in the formation, so I couldn't get a good look at what they were. However, after a while we stopped for a very brief break, and I took the opportunity to have a closer look. Walking over to the side of the trail, I spotted a small cluster of the diamonds and focused my head torch on them. Rather than seeing diamonds or dewdrops or anything remotely pleasant, I instead saw a group of about 5 large spiders just crouching in the leaf litter and staring at me. They look like Huntsman, which are about the size of an adult's hand. Sweeping my head around, I realized there were thousands of the things, all over the ground, some on the trunks of trees, and everywhere around me, glaring at the light affixed to my head. I had a very brisk walk back to the formation and attempted to play it cool while screaming in my head. Being a massive arachnophobe, I had no clue how I managed to set up a tent and spend the next week in that cursed forest. As someone from a foreign army who will be coming over to Australia later this year for a 3-week training exercise outfield, I really regret reading this. If it's any consolation, the Huntsman spiders are harmless to humans and prey on the spiders that actually can cause harm to humans. The safest you will be from spiders in Australia is with a Huntsman chilling with you. Think of them like 8-legged bodyguards. I feel safer having read this comment. Now I want my own Huntsman bodyguard. How about a whole army of them? 40,000 Huntsmen strong, sworn bodyguards, protectors of man and all that is good and holy. Disclaimer: Huntsman reserves the right to jump on your face in the service of your protection. We take no responsibility for Huntsman spider babies swallowed during sleep. This appeals to me sexually. Not sure if this is the kind of story you're looking for, but it's a fun one to tell, so here you go. I used to work in low-income home weatherization, basically giving free shit away to help lower electricity and gas bills and make the home more comfortable to people who really needed it, installing doors and insulation and so forth. One step in qualifying a home is testing combustion appliances to make sure they are not emitting carbon monoxide into the living space. Because if they are, and we seal up the house, we could kill the whole family. During a pre-inspection of a home on the outskirts of the city, I asked to see the owner's water heater. He tells me that it's in the basement, which is fairly normal, and I tell him I have to inspect it before work can start. So he goes into the kitchen and starts moving the refrigerator. Turns out the entry into the basement is underneath carpeting beneath the fridge. I should note that I went and did thousands of homes over the years and had never seen such a thing. But whatever needs to be done, regardless, and so I pull out my flashlight and shine it down the stairs to check out the layout, but really to look for black widow spiders because black widows. At this point, I notice a dead cat, mostly down to skeleton. Not my favorite sight, but really common in these crawl spaces and basements. I take a few steps down the stairs and continue my spider check, and notice another couple of small animal skeletons. At this point, I start to worry about gas or poisons or something equally dangerous and start looking closer. There are animal skeletons everywhere, at least 10 on a cursory look. Some of them are so degraded I can't determine what they used to be. I also happen to notice that this guy is waiting at the entrance a little too quietly with his hand on the door. Something clicks in my brain and I get this immense sense of danger. I'm about 4 steps from the door being cleared to close. I have no partner on the job with me, there's death all around me, and I realize just how hidden the entrance to the basement really was. I noped the out, told the guy I needed extra tools and would be back, and marked the job as non-feasible for health and safety as I was driving away. I have no idea if I was actually in any danger. It could have been completely innocent, but I still remember the adrenaline rush and sense of doom, and sometimes you just don't take chances. Edit. Obligatory oh my god, first gold ever. Thanks, kind stranger. Also edit. I'm getting asked frequently if I reported this guy to the police, and there's a lot of concern about the dead animals. I did not file a formal report, mainly because nothing I saw was entirely out of the ordinary. Crawl spaces and basements have venting at the base of the house, and it's really common for animals to squeeze in and then not be able to get back out. If you have space under your house, there's a decent chance something has died down there. You get used to it when your job takes you down there frequently. Now this was an extreme case, and clearly everything put together raised concern enough for me to get the out. But the sad fact of working with low-income families is that you see how lousy their lives can be. You learn not to do anything to make their lives harder, and I took a lot of pride from the fact that my job made their lives a little bit better. I didn't think that my being scared for a minute was enough to involve the police, you know? For whatever reason, this story hits the most as creepy over everyone. I know, carpet in a kitchen? I've got this shitty old house I rent, even got carpet in a toilet. It's awful. It's not like it's even a comfort thing. You need to walk down a cold concrete corridor to get there. It's like they did it just to piss me off. The most mind-boggling of all, clearly a serial killer.